Really apologize. Sorry about that, everybody. How much time? All right. Sorry about that. Joe Bloom from Behind the Cheese. Had a little problem with my computer. It is 3:30 Sunday afternoon. A little discombobulated as always with this diet. Got to shave today. What do I want to talk about today? Okay, so got up today after a 21 hour fast, food fast. Did 2.5 hours on the bike and was watching Packers Cowboys divisional round. Packers won 34-31 in overtime. Mason Crosby's huge kicks. He kicked to tie it, even though the Packers had a 21-3 lead. It was in Dallas, second round of the playoffs, 2016 season, 2017 um, year, but it was 2016 season, but the playoffs were in 2017. I had watched Packers Cowboys yesterday. I'm saying I talked about that on here. The Dez Bryant didn't catch a game, and then I said, let me watch Packers Cowboys 2016. Packers had all those losses in the 90s that used to hurt me, and I watched those games over and over because I enjoyed Pat Summerall and John Madden. But I said, let me get some positive vibes, and I watched those two. So back to back. So today, as I was working out, 2.5 hours on the bike, watched Packers Cowboys 2016. And Mason Crosby's kick at the end, and Jared Cook's catch, and Rodgers, how good he was. What a game that was. Packers were up 21-3. They were dominating. Cowboys fought back. They were able to tie the game. Packers were able to kick a field goal with about 58 seconds left. Cowboys, with a couple breaks that we got, went down and tied again. We were able to go back down within like 37 seconds, which was amazing to play to Jared Cook. Second and 20, picked up 36. Got field goal range. Crosby nailed the field goal. They had called a timeout, and then he kicked it again, and it looked like it was going to veer to the left, and he made it. What a kicker he was. What a kicker. What a game. Packers would lose the championship game the next week in Atlanta. I remember being sick as a dog that week, going to work, being sick at school, but being really sick, and a tough Sunday, the following Sunday. But what a season. That was the run the table year when Rodgers told we were 4-6 and we went all the way to the championship game. We lost. He was so good. Packers were so good. Anyway, but Rodgers was so good. So I worked out 2.5 hours. The fast would end after church. I had to take my wife a couple places. Then we ate, and just had not much so far. I only had about 1,250 calories, but I worked out, like I said, 2.5 hours. I'm gonna drink some coffee now. Had some diet soda. Had a meal. Had some spinach. I will say that. And weight this morning after a 24-hour fast was 170.6. So still have not cracked 170. The real cheat day is coming up next Saturday, so I'm really excited for that. I got 5 more days to get through, not including today, and then I'm going to throw down. I want to be, like I said, 68 at least. 168, I think I'd be happy. 68 or lower, but haven't been able to crack 170. So that's really all I got. I was trying to get a little color out there. The UVs are very strong, but I got about a half hour. This week's going to be nice. I'm going to have a busy week though, but I'm working hard. I'm working hard. Yesterday I did 3.5 hours. Today I did 2.5 hours. Watching some old Packer game, trying to relax, trying to rest up, trying to recover. But the weight, 170.6. Now I will say, last year I was 171.8 this date. 2 years ago I was like 173.8. So, but I got to really work harder to get to 68 this week if I want to pull it off. All right, everybody, you'll hear from me tomorrow. Sorry to bore you. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all my views. I really appreciate it. Tell a friend. I am a huge Packer fan. I have a calorie counter. I am a huge Vinny Paz fan. I love Rocky. I do impersonations. And I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers once again and viewers. Everybody have a great day. Be safe. Go Pack Go.